Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm hanging out at Universal Studios to check up on the Fast and the Furious roller coaster and a few other things. So how about you and I dive right in. Oh yeah, I made it in the park. I'm gonna head straight to the Lookout because I feel like there's a lot going on this week. Not too many people over here, but when I was walking in the park, yeah, it was like slammed. It was a Thursday at the time of making this video, and it's a little bit busier than I expected it to be. A lot of people must be here for Halloween Horror Nights as well because there is an event night tonight. And remember that like 2 p.m. day-night combo ticket's actually a pretty good deal, especially if you want to just ride the rides and then not have to worry about the rides later in the evening. Oh yeah, look at that. The building is slowly but surely being covered up. We'll get back to that in just a moment, but it is nice to see some scaffolding start to make its way over here. Made it to the Lookout and oh yeah, there is a lot of progress since my last visit, only about a week ago, which again, I say this every single time, it's crazy to think that they are moving this fast on this all-new roller coaster, opening up sometime in 2026, and it's hard to believe that date as well. I still have a feeling that we're going to be able to ride this thing maybe late next year. It seems like most of the action is happening right here in front of me. You can see they've added a lot of new support columns since my last visit. This turn right here is going to be gnarly, and look at how close it gets to that support column right there. I mean, if you're like right on top of it, my goodness, that is going to be awesome once they put those track pieces in. And this is the direction of travel right here, so we're going to curve around here and then start to bank up. That's probably going to feel really nice and forceful right there. And then this straightaway piece might be another block brake section and launch section. You can see here's another support that was just added right here, the one that's really close to these other smaller ones. And then off in the distance you can see the addition of this one, kind of like a tripod looking support with an interesting L shape at the top. Again, the curvature of this is going to be wild. I mean, the layout is going to be so much fun. Then we have another support column that just went in right here. Footings being prepped over here. There's one that still hasn't received its concrete work, but that will happen, I'm assuming, really, really soon. And then off in the distance, where the turnaround's going to happen, those footings have been prepped, but yeah, still no support columns on that end yet. This has got to be an inversion right here, like going up and then into this support, and then this might be a connecting piece, so we might see some sort of inversion or another stall in this area, maybe a corkscrew down into this section over here to turn around and then back up into this straight area. And off in the distance, I'm not seeing any track additions, but again, a lot of support columns. And then a new steel structure that is popping up where, you know, I definitely was not expecting there to be another building right there. And then you can also see right in front of the crane that the brake run has been extended. The brake fins have not been installed on the new sections, but you can see that it has been extended just ever so slightly. Yeah, this is so much fun. I'm so happy there's a lot of progress this week. I'm still tripping out over this layout. I just cannot wait to see the track go in with this section, because I just want to see how tight some of the, you know, the curves are, because just judging from the support columns, it's already looking pretty intense. And the more they put up, the more I'm thinking, wow, this roller coaster is going to be way more intense than I think a lot of us are thinking. Like right off the bat, I already know, like a hillside coaster, you know, terrain coaster, they're so much fun, they're really intense, but I just wasn't sure of the exact layout of this yet. But now as they're putting more pieces in, that you're starting to kind of get everything collected and go, wow, you know, this might be some top tier stuff. I mean, I think this is going to be like top 5 on this end of the country. If everything turns out to be the way that I'm thinking it's going to be, this will easily be a top 5 coaster here in Southern California, and yeah, this side of the country. And the fact that it spins on top of that, like Cosmic Rewind at Epcot, adds so much more thrill to it. Oh, look over there, we got some pieces being lifted over towards the main show building and maintenance area. Wonder where those pieces are going, but yeah, look at that. They are slowly but surely covering that building up. You can see that the weather-resistant sheeting has shown up, so maybe here in the next few weeks, all that purple sheeting will go up on the exterior steel, and yeah, we won't be able to see the inside. I can't wait to see what they do with the landscaping too around this. I would assume it's gonna be a lot of low-lying shrubs and stuff like that. But it is going to be nice to see some greenery back on the hill once again, because remember, before they started work on all of this, the hillside was pretty lush. There was a lot of trees here and everything. Obviously, you can't do a bunch of tall trees next to the coaster, because in the event that it's windy or something happens and it falls over, you don't want to have any of those trees hit the circuit. So I'm expecting a lot of bushes and low-level plants, which will be cool though, because then, yeah, this hillside won't look so harsh. It's just looking like this right now, obviously, because of all the construction. But yeah, I can't wait to see the landscaping plan that they have for this. And maybe we'll get some cool hardscape over in this area as well. I still cannot get over how close you get to that support. That's insane. I don't think I've ever seen track get that close to another support column in a while with like a new build like this. Because I mean, the track's gonna sit right on top of it. That's gonna be a cool element of the ride. Like, you're gonna see that, and that's gonna be trippy. That's pretty much all the significant change from this vantage point. So let's slowly work our way over towards the Simpsons land so I can get a better view of the main show building, and then eventually the escalators. Made it over here to the front of the Wizarding World, and man, oh man, this building is so intimidating when you're walking up to it. I mean, it's massive. This thing is huge. It keeps getting bigger and bigger and more grand the more steel they add to it. This is a lot larger than what I thought it was gonna be. But like I've mentioned in my previous Fast and the Furious coaster update videos, the building is going to look very harsh up against other buildings that surround it, including the entrance to the Wizarding World. So I'm really hoping that over the course of time, when they start adding more things, like, you know, maybe getting rid of Simpsons, they make this area look a little bit more cohesive, because right now the building is so large that it's definitely, it sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, even up against the Mexican quick service place, I mean, look at the difference. I mean, it is a night and day difference on just the size alone. So hopefully they'll be able, I mean, this might be another project in the future to fix up French Street and change that area. And then obviously the Simpsons area, because you know, they don't want a Disney IP in their park. But yeah, this is a lot larger in person. It is very intricate, and I'm wondering what kind of queue space we're gonna have in this thing, because obviously the load and unload area will be very large. There won't be too much going on in there other than just getting on and off the ride. But yeah, there are gonna be other show elements within the queue in this building, because it is, again, large enough to hold multiple pre-show areas, and then obviously multi-level. You know, I just thought about this too. Maybe the building is so large because it's gonna be multi-purpose. It's not just gonna be holding the attraction and its queue and everything. There might be some offices located in that building as well, because Universal has been trying to consolidate space so they can free up other areas of the park so they can build more rides and attractions. And if they can stick some, you know, theme park offices in there, that would definitely help. Moving right along to the other side of the escalator here. No new additions on this end of the project. Again, we just still have the track and then these massive support columns that have been installed over the past few weeks. I mean, this is still looking great over here, but yeah, I'm hoping that we get some more track here very, very soon. And then looking on this side, again, no new track has been installed compared to the previous video. Still kind of looking the same in that department, but what's new are obviously the new support columns and then this new structure being built right here. I'm wondering if we're gonna go right through that structure. If we do, that's actually gonna be really cool. Be like a little bit of a tunnel moment, and then maybe up into the next element, or that's just towards the brake run. It actually might, no, maybe it's not. I don't know what the heck that's gonna be for, to be honest, now that I'm looking at the support columns, because these ones right here are leading to the brake run. Maybe that's coming out of the stall? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it is. Maybe we do go through it right over here and then up and over the escalator into this one right here. Again, we're gonna know for sure once they install the track. They haven't gotten to that just yet. I'm assuming they're gonna finish all the steel work first and then move on to the track. Ooh, look at that. We got some more steel being lifted into place, maybe for this new structure. Again, look at all the head choppers and really close moments. There's really not too much going on right here, but the minute you get over here, that's when it starts getting super crazy. It's gonna look so great when it's done. Another thing that I'm thinking about with this new structure is I wonder if there's gonna be like another one somewhere else in the layout, maybe near the turnaround, where that big element is going to be built, where the huge retaining wall is. Maybe there's going to be something like this over there. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, but I do like the addition of other bits of theming here and there throughout the layout, not just have, you know, just one big giant roller coaster without any other bits of theming throughout its layout. So hopefully we'll get something like Velocicoaster, where here and there, yeah, there's some cool rock work or buildings that we go through, things like that, because it just adds so much texture to the ride. And then off in the distance there, you can get a really good view of that massive retaining wall that they're building. Holy moly, that thing is huge. You can see the equipment right up next to it, so it kind of gives you a sense of scale. Just remember, there's a lot of concrete work involved with this project to help, obviously, with the retaining walls and all the sound barriers that are required for this ride. Just remember, they do film movies and television here, and they got to be as quiet as possible. So there's a lot of sound mitigation for this attraction, and seeing all the concrete work for it, and just for the hillside in general, is so darn cool. Yeah, you know what? I think we are going to go through. We're going to come out of the stall, which is right here. Maybe do another launch segment in the tunnel in this new building that they're working on, and then we're going to launch back up into this massive elevation change. Like, we got to get down here all the way up here, just a short distance, and then to do the final bit of the coaster before we hit the brake run. Still a lot of infrastructure work happening right over here. Not sure if that's going to be home to some footings or if that's just other things related to the coaster, just not related to the track work. And again, from this vantage point, you can see the different elevation changes. We're going to start right up here. We're going to slowly work our way down into this little valley, then back up, and then back down into the corner, and then the brake run at the very end is back up to like upper lot level. We're gonna be traveling so fast through this course. I cannot wait. Also, shout out to this tree that's been surviving, and they have not knocked it down yet. Just noticed from this vantage point as well, we're starting to see some detail on the exterior show building. Looks like some big windows are going in. Well, they'll eventually be windows, but right now we can still we can see the steel frames for them. It's kind of one more overall look of the entire project. It is a massive undertaking. Shout out to all the crew members this week. They've been crushing it on the installation. So much has been added since the last video. It's super exciting. All right, the more I'm looking at this side, I think we're gonna go into an inversion right here and then just do a steep dive into a very tightly banked turn into that straightaway section, which, if true, wow, that is going to be very intense, because the direction change, and then just again how steep that's going to be out of that inversion that's going to be wild. Now, switching gears really quick, I wanted to talk about the holidays, because recently Universal announced that Grinchmas is making a comeback, as well as the Christmas overlay in the Wizarding World, and then brand new this year is a Christmas overlay of Super Nintendo World. Starting November 29th and running all the way up until January 6th, you'll be able to experience the holidays here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Like every year, they do a really good job. But yeah, the addition of the decorations in Super Nintendo World is going to be really cool. And all of this will run daily, by the way. And back up here in the front of the park, you can see very closely that they are prepping for the holiday season, because right when Horror Nights ends, that's pretty much when they got to set up all of the Christmas stuff, and this plaza will be transformed into Grinchmas. Well, I think that's going to do it for today's video from Universal Studios Hollywood, checking up on the new Fast and the Furious coaster. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos and more from Universal or some of your other favorite theme parks, well, you should consider subscribing, because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. Also, be sure to check out my Instagram account and X account. Those links will be down below in the description. And until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.